The third day of our LV Game of the Week at New Road will be one fondly remembered by Sussex's Luke Wright, who began it by getting the 2 runs he needed to complete the 16th first-class 100 of his career. It was a very important one too, one which had used up 166 balls, being made with his 17th 4 to go with his 1-6. He had taken half an hour to get those 2 runs, while at the other end, Ben Brown, who started the day on 45, had made it to his 50 off 97 balls. These two had come together with the game in the balance, their skipper Chris Nash retiring hurt with a total on 94 for 3, and Sussex still trailing by 106 runs. This pair had taken that score to 251 at the start of play for a lead of 41, and they batted through much of the penultimate morning of this crucial relegation encounter to put their team into a very strong position. These two batsmen have history at the crease together and were clearly enjoying each other's company once again against a Worcestershire side which spent the morning without their captain Daryl Mitchell, who was at the birth of his daughter Ava. His joy off the pitch would not have been matched by events on it as far as his struggling team were concerned. The second new ball had made no difference to the home team, and Wright was able to lift Jack Shantry over the rope for his third 6. Before next ball he struck his 23rd 4 to get to a 150 made off 215 balls. Wright was on his way to becoming the leading run scorer in First Division cricket this summer. Some effort from a man who bats in the middle order and has too often come into bat with his side in some trouble this year. Brown once again backed him up brilliantly, reaching his second 100 in his last 2 innings and his 4th of an equally impressive championship campaign. Only Johnny Bairstow has reached 3 figures more time than the keeper batsman in the top flight this summer. Brown's latest ton being made off 179 deliveries with his 8th boundary. He took his tally of championship runs to 950, getting out for 103 here when he picked out Syed Ajmal off a short ball from Charlie Morris, but he'd gone a long way to helping his side to 380 for 4 by lunch, the 4th wicket partnership realising a mammoth 295 runs, 282 of those put on by these two. So that had given Nash plenty of time to recover from being hit on the head by another Morris bouncer on the previous day. Nash now returned to the action with 38 runs to his name and was soon playing shots to get to his half-century of 65 balls just before the 400 was raised for his team to earn them maximum bonus points in this match. In the afternoon, Mitchell arrived, and even the score on the board couldn't take the smile off his face. Possibly only in this wonderful sport would the action stop to congratulate a player on some business off the field. We too would like to offer one of the most respected professionals in the game our own congratulations. Well done, Daryl. So back to the action, and on went Wright as he passed his previous best score of 189 made against Durham at Hove last season. Worcestershire were having one of their worst days of the summer with the ball, and indeed their worst for a number of years. They had to settle for only 1 point with the ball to go with the one they got with the bat, and Nash was still hitting their attack to all parts. He was into the 80s when his partner Wright did what he'd never done before in what has been a very good career. A very likeable player, there was applause all around New Road when his 27th 4 to go along with his 5 sixes took him to his double 100. It had been a spectacular effort, especially when you bear in mind that Worcestershire made only 210 runs between all of their batsmen in their first innings. Wright soon passed that by himself too. This match, in spite of the crucial nature of it, has been played in a wonderful spirit, and when Wright did at last offer a chance, Mitchell missed it completely. Perhaps his mind still on his morning's activities. I'm sure a few of his teammates must have made a remark about him holding his new baby better. There were still smiles all around. The kitchen sink was now being thrown by both Wright and Nash, who took their partnership to 104, the total up to 480, when Nash missed a scoop and was legged before to Joe Leach for 90. A great effort considering he'd left the field on the previous day with mild concussion. It was good to see him back in good order. All that was left was for Wright to play some more shots before the declaration. When that came, he'd made 226 off 274 balls, having struck 28 fours and 7 sixes. It was at times a brutal assault, and one which saw him warmly applauded as he left the field with his team on 510 for 5. Some score that after they lost their first 3 wickets with 81 runs on the board. As tea was taken, Sussex had a massive first innings lead of exactly 300. Bad light meant a delay before Worcestershire could bat again, and when they did, both time in the field and scoreboard pressure began to tell. Steve McGoffin struck in his second over to have Brett D'Oliveira LBW, while Mitchell's exhausting day was ended when he nicked Luke Wells to Chris Jordan with a total on 40 for 2, the new dad on his way with 10 runs to his name. Tom Fell was then out for 26, Jordan with the catch again at slip, this time off Ashar Zaidi, a wicket which left the home team in an awful lot of trouble and with an awful lot of work to do to save this game on the last day. One they will start now at the bottom of the table after Hampshire's win at Durham. Night watchman Morris and Joe Clark saw out the last 20 minutes at least, but Worcestershire will go into day 4 on 59 for 3, and that has them still 241 runs behind. If they lose, then they will be 13 points away from safety, having played a game more than the 2 teams above them, while a win for Sussex here will have them 18 points clear of the drop zone.